Hey, Chris Liepe here. It's about time we talk about Lewis Capaldi. This is my first time hearing Wish You the Best, and we're going to do a vocal analysis along with my first time reaction. That's what I do on this channel. This is a singing channel. I teach people how to sing largely by pulling inspiration from other singers that they love. If you'd like to learn more about learning to sing through inspiration, click the link below and join my free voice course. Here we go. Lewis Capaldi, Wish You the Best.
I miss knowing what you're thinking and hearing how your day has been. Do you think you can tell me everything, darling?
Let's go back and let's listen specifically for the quality of Lewis's rasp. This is one of the qualities about his voice that is just magnetic and so beautiful. There's a way that we can put this in our voices as well.
And hearing how your day has been. Do you think you can tell me everything, darling?
Let's just work with that one note. Darling, darling. That's nowhere close because there isn't this presence to it. It's flat, it's dead. Not flat in pitch, but darling. But if we think about holding back just a little bit of air as we sing that note, talk like an old man. Say darling, darling. Well, that doesn't sound like what Lewis is doing. However, it does a little bit. Did you hear that sheen, that presence that came, that air? Darling, darling. So if we start by bringing the old man voice in, but then we direct that sensation higher in our throat, so not down here like this, but like that. Da, da, and then put the note back in. Darling, darling. It works.
Do you think you can tell me everything, darling? But leave out every part about him.
He's doing it very subtly because he's worked with the balance in a neat way. We'll talk more about how to balance it as we go on here.
But leave out every part about him.
Yeah.
Right now you're probably by the ocean, while I'm still out here in the rain.
It's so consistent. Listen to that line. His rasp.
While I'm still out here in the rain. With every day that passes by since we've spoken, it's like Glasgow gets farther from LA. Maybe.
Now, listen to LA. This kind of gives away a bit of his approach because the air that gives us that sheen is just as important as the note in the way he sings.
It's like Glasgow gets farther from LA.
Did you hear LA? And again, I'm really exaggerating it, but there was this sense that the note was then removed and he was just relying on that LA, LA. It's like this compressed sigh where we're thinking about holding back air like an old man, directing it higher and then removing the note. LA, LA. When I start doing it more subtly, it really starts to make sense.
It's like Glasgow gets farther from LA. Maybe it's supposed to be this way. But oh my love, I wanna say I miss the grin in your eyes.
I gotta hear that eruption in the chorus again. That was amazing.
This way. But oh my love, I wanna say I miss the grin in your eyes.
Listen here. First of all, he goes into that beautiful head voice and keeps that sheen that we were talking about.
Maybe it's supposed to be this way.
Supposed to be this way. Into this sizzly, sheeny chest voice. It's so powerful.
Maybe it's supposed to be this way. But oh my love, I wanna say I miss the green in your eyes.
If we just take the but oh my love and just sing it vanilla, again, just like the beginning, it doesn't really work. But oh my love. Now, I'm hitting the notes okay. There's some things that he's doing, whether he's fully aware of it or not, we can pull from his voice and make our voice a little bit more interesting. But oh my love, no. However, do you notice how there's this little chirp or almost sigh out of that? Let's start there.
Maybe it's supposed to be this way. But oh my love,
my love, my love. So he really leans into that, but oh my love. By really leaning into it like that and then releasing out of it, we prevent tension from creeping in because we're fully investing and then we're going, It's like a little sprint of intensity rather than mentally trying to get ready for, now I got to be really loud and powerful and present the whole song. No, there's this dynamics even within this little line. Listen one more time.
But oh my love, I wanna say I miss the green in your eyes.
And there, it's not quite the sigh like I just did where I chirped up. It's more of an abandon to fry. So it's almost like he's cutting it off like but then abandoning into fry. Really great singers have these nuances in their entrances and exits to their notes because it keeps them free, dynamic, and their performance arced. One of the main problems that struggling singers have is that they try to go at one dynamic or sing with one tone, but there's all these little quirks in his voice that's both making it interesting and keeping him free to explore his full range of sound and notes.
But oh my love, I wanna say I miss the green in your eyes. And when I said we could be friends, guess I lied. I wanna say I wish that you never left.
I wish that you never left. Little sigh. He's got these little sighs all over the place. So he's compressing into that old man compression. Placed high. Wish like you never left. Wish like you never left.
I wanna say I wish that you never left.
Never left.
But instead I only wish you the best.
Let's get another chirp.
I wanna say without you everything's wrong. Ooh. And you were everything I need all along.
So, wrong. He really leaned into that. There's a little bit of a stop at the... Listen to wrong again.
I wanna say without you everything's wrong.
Wrong. He fell off wrong. And then...
You were everything I need all along. I wanna say I wish that you never left. Oh, but instead I only wish you the best.
What? You can't unhear those. Best. You can't unhear that stuff once you really get into it. Again, this is a technique for vocal freedom, and not just a cool sound. I can't stress that enough.
I can't help but notice you seem happier than ever now. And I guess that I should tell you I'm sorry.
And I guess that I should tell you I'm sorry. Sorry. Notice the longer sorry. Lower larynx. Longer vocal tract presentation as opposed to sorry. Sorry. It's cool.
It seems I was the problem somehow. Maybe I only brought you down.
Oh, he leans. Maybe I only brought you down. That way that he leans in right before he exits to his head voice, that's a really cool dynamic idea.
But oh my love, I wanna say I miss the grin in your eyes.
Falls off.
When I said we could be friends, guess I lied. I wanna say I wish that you never left.
I like that. Never left. I wanna say that I wish you never left. Oh. By injecting lots of different ways. Try it yourself. Don't necessarily try to keep up with him or the lyrics or even his notes, but take this idea of leaning in and abandoning out, sighing out of certain notes as you move around and see what happens.
Oh, but instead I only wish you the best.
Yeah.
I wanna say without you everything's wrong.
Wrong.
And you were everything I need all along.
Long.
I say I wish that you never left. Oh, but instead I only wish you the best.
I love how instead I only, that holding back air is helping him get that wonderful, like, gritty sound. It takes on more of a grit than a rasp when he gets higher. I think that's cool. That's a normal thing to happen. As you add more air intensity, sometimes your rasp can turn into more of a sizzly sounding distortion.
But oh my love,
Oh, what a note. You gotta hear that again.
you the best. But oh my love, oh, oh my love,
He is sighing out of every single one of those notes.
oh, wish I could say it's something I really mean. That I want you happy where the north is with me. I wanna say I wish that you never left.
Now, some people have sort of a natural rasp without thinking about it because of the way they've trained themselves to speak. Maybe because of the way that their voice box naturally works or is built. Some people have more rasp than others. But don't let that keep you from experimenting with some of these things. This can become natural as we infuse it into our voice and as we practice.
But instead I only wish you the best. I wanna say without you everything's wrong. And you were everything I need all along.
That's a cool chord change.
And you were everything I need all along.
I like that.
I wanna say I wish that you never left. Oh, but instead I only wish you the best.
It's super fun to pick up on some of those subtleties that Lewis is doing with his voice. I haven't listened to a lot of Lewis Capaldi, but I plan on listening to more. Again, if you'd like more help doing this, figuring out how you can take your inspirations, vocally, musically, and put them in your own voice, and know how to experiment safely and confidently, click that link below and join my free course. We'll see you for more.